Ahoy there, and welcome to this Pirates Parley! Today we'll be unboxing SeaFall, the most notorious of all the modern legacy games. Or so I'm told. So stick around, and let's see what all the fuss is about. Alright, well first of all I'd like to point out that I have not looked into this game at all. Don't know how to play, don't know why to play. I know some people kind of stick up for it. I've heard some nice things. And if nothing else, once they're done with the campaign, they'll take the bits and kind of frame them, make those little shadow box things. Those are pretty cool. But I personally don't know a whole lot about how this game works. So we're gonna discover a little bit of that together. And honestly, the only reason I bought it is because it went on sale for like something ridiculous, like $12 on Amazon. Whew. That is an acceptable loss. There's got to be something good in here. Okay, so it says, my dream is always the same. Far to the west, the setting sun splashes red and gold. I feel the pull of power, of riches untold that lie beyond the horizon. I know that power untold will be mine if I can but claim it first. Glory shall be mine, and mine alone. A little cheesy, but kind of piratey. Or at least seafaring. Alright, so we're gonna try to keep this nearby and see how well that goes. You can stay there. Alright, right off the bat, everything here is in a bag. At least the top stuff. All of this is bagged, and then there's a barrier here. So let's start with the baggy stuff. Alright, simple enough. Basic sleeve. That we don't need anymore, except to throw at things. Welcome to SeaFall. So it's the name of a place, I guess. Or they're referring to a game. The game as a place. So this is our parts and components list. That's gonna come in handy. Love those. Right now, read entry 0 in the captain's book. I think I'm not gonna do that just yet. I don't even know where it is. So here we've got stickers. Kind of brings that Gloomhaven vibe. There's a bunch actually. Stickers. These kind of look like you might put them on dice or something. But odds are they go on a map of work. Rule book, setting that aside for the moment. Well, this has got to be the captain's book. What do you think? Okay, so it's got the obvious wheel. General notes for using the captain's book. And of course they put an E on the end so it's nice and, historic. Inside here, we've got an explorer's map. And I have a feeling this is going to end up with some of those stickers all over it. I'm kind of thinking probably these, if I were going to lay a wager. So there's a prologue and numbered passages. Wow, it just kind of goes on and on. Look at all of this. Lots of tiny type. All right, so they are numbered, so I guess this is where, prologue, you'd start at 0. Well, it's a bit of that's a couple of fat paragraphs. You've ruled your province well. It's just going to set you up for the story, so let's not do that right now. Tokens! And oh so many. Let's see, so we basically got coins here. We've got 10s, we've got 5s. And if you're gonna have nickels and dimes, you got to have some pennies. And now we've got some tokens here that match those stickers from before. These things. Except here everything is checked off, and this would, for instance, match with that right there. However, it has an uncrossed out side. So, however that shakes out. And the whole page is represented by those double-sided tokens there. And we've lost another dime. Fall then. Then we've got what looks like a couple of pieces that assemble into a spinner. Basic tracker for something, which means there's plastic bits yet to be discovered. All right, and then square versions of these round components. So this is a trident, not the gum, not gonna eat it. A unicorn! For mythical things, no doubt. Or actual things that are real here. Looks like a castle. Kind of looks like a flaming phoenix kind of thing, perhaps? Or a wild 80s hairstyle. Oh yeah. And a sailing ship. Got to have those. And then some sort of crown token. Who knows? What mysterious purpose it is for? Well, we will hopefully soon. Okay, so it turns out this list I found in the beginning is not going to be as helpful as I thought. At least not for sorting components. And you know, that's oftentimes my big enemy in this. It's just knowing what I'm even looking at. Okay, we've got a big ol' info board. That's got a lot of places. And the province of such and such a place, where we happen to be, no doubt. That doesn't look dry erase, so you're gonna write on that. Maybe it's got stickers. Those stickers look like stickers, the kind that don't come off. So warehouse, upgrades, sale, raid, explore, hold. Active advisor. I mean, this is just a place for cards, tokens, sorting, things like that. Again, I'd like to point out, not everybody hates this game. Some people have said they had their fun with it. That's not the same as saying that it's quality, though. I don't know what their problem is with it. I've kind of refused to look, but I'm excited to find out. Honestly, reputations can get to me. I hate that I'm susceptible to that, but there it is. So if everybody tells me something stinks, I have a tendency to at least strongly consider it. All right, the rest of this board has two kinds of tokens, one of which I would describe as an equal-armed cross, whereas the other one I might describe as a shamrock. A little bit of St. Patty's Day flair. And apparently, you need a lot of them. Next. Oh boy, we got a bunch of these. A bunch more of these. Ah, let go. Makes me so mad, and I haven't thrown anything in forever. I rang it. It's hanging. You just can't see it. I'm so proud of me. All right, well, on the surface, these are identical. The difference comes here, where you've got those little glyphs from before. So this one has a sailing ship up top, whereas this one has that phoenix bird hairstyle thing. I'm gonna go with phoenix. And then, of course, this has that castle. These have unicorn and trident, respectively. You're out of here. That went crooked. Check this out. This whole thing punches out, but all it does is take about just a 1/4 inch from all the way around it. Just for rounded sides, really, they could have been pointy. That seems a little wasteful. Anyway, it says goods supply and advisor deck. So you have an advisor, that's helpful. All right, last board here. This has more of those monies, pennies, nickels, dimes, crosses, and leprechaun shamrock things. But the new thing is these little guys up here. And I have a feeling that these have to do with this. So they would go on here. I can't imagine that not being the case, so let's just assume, shall we? Okay, so this one says terrible, +1 to raid, and it's got a little dime on it. We've got fearless, deadly, swift, spirited, nimble, hail, enduring, stalwart, bold. Bold, not like intrepid, cunning. And then these are a different shape, and they have names of places on them. For instance, library. When hiring advisors, you may hire as many from the forum as you like, and they have numbers and things. Useful info. Then there's observatory, marketplace, gun tower, gun tower, gun tower. Guess we need a lot of those. Library, port, Jolly Bottom Pub. Hey, always room for a shameless plug. Jazz hands. So places, money, tokens, things like that. All right, without making a huge mess, that's where we're at so far. Useless. Now, who wants to see the board? Look, I know I do. All right, let's see if we can figure out which way is up. Miguel. So we've got a 1 through 30 kind of track happening up here. Well, it says milestone all the way down. All right, and I've got no guesses to venture on the rest. Does look like you're going to be putting cards in there, and then you've got places for movement in the middle. I mean, I assume, judging by the theme of this, that you will in fact be sailing on a ship, right? I mean, you got to. Anyway, so here's your play space. And here's what we've got left. Now this would appear to be little closed and sealed boxes, and being a Gloomhaven owner, I know better than to open a sealed box in a legacy game. Oh boy, my box has got a little torqued in the mail. That's okay, it was cheap. All right, so these boxes have the various glyphs, and obviously at certain times they're gonna tell you how to do this, how to open, when to open, things like that. So I'm not gonna mess around with those, but let's see what's in the middle. First of all, we got our ships. I knew there'd be ships. Let's see how nice they are. All right, well, they are colorful. We've got blue, green, red, purple, and boring old gray. These aren't bad though. They're very nice, made very nice. Can we get a focus in? Yeah, these are good little minis here. No complaints there. So these are the larger ships, and then we have some smaller ones over here. Obviously the same colors. These are more smaller, faster, that sort of thing. Right. So you got the two types that allows for upgrades, just like in Merchants and Marauders. All right, here's the hardware that you need to turn those spinny things into actual dials. I'm not gonna bother opening those, but you know the type. They clip together and there you go. Dice! Out. All right, they look like hits to me. So you've got some blanks, you've got some dots, you've got a kind of a single reticule thing, and then you've got one in a circle. And yeah, they're all the same. All of them. That's all you need, apparently. Now we've got cubes. We've got white cubes. We've got kind of peanut butter brown cubes. We've got black cubes and we've got yellow cubes. We can play like bees. Okay, so it looks like all we've got now is cards. These are small. Actually, I take it back, these are not cards. These say retired adventurer, retired merchant, retired builder, basically classes when they retire, and they have stickers on them. Tax +1, tax +3, tax +4, and then other instructions. So this is, legacy stuff. So you can upgrade and use up your game so it can't be played anymore, because you're done, yay! At least I hear that's how that works. That's just me being a negative nautical naughty. Boom. Card backs, and these are very small. So that is either an I or an exclamation. Yeah, it's an exclamation. All right, so that backing, got a bunch of those. Then we've got, these don't have backs. All right, so we got a couple of different kinds of things. Let's take them one by one. Okay, these are pretty obviously objects that you would encounter, like furniture, statues, things like that. Painted urn, rare incense, you get the drift. These things seem to be triggered by game events. Before the start of the first game, the first time an island is named. Something to look forward to. We get to name islands? Oh, I have some terrible ideas. The second time an island is named. How clever. Third time. Wow. Fourth time. Explore the highest numbered site on an island. Have 3 structures, things like that. All right, so triggered game effects. The exclamation marks look like things that just sort of happen to you for various reasons. So there's like broken masts, damaged instruments, demoralized, flooded hold, leaking, so bad things that happen to you on your ship. Stop blowing holes in my ship! Okay, we've also got some regular size cards here, and I'm not seeing any of that cigarette pole stuff on it, so we got to give it the knife. Bang. Zoom. Okay, some of these sort of have card backs. I'll show you what there is. So these have books. There's not many of them. These have people. Characters, perhaps. Maybe you play them. Maybe you encounter them. We'll find out. Okay, these have titles, like Lord and Lady, Baron, Baroness, things like that, and they seem to tell you how to start the game. That looks like it'll be important at first. Okay, and these have seals on them, but I'm gonna peek anyway. Bad pirate. The Advanced Scout, the Alchemist, the Brute, the Captain, Convict, Dockmaster, Foreman, Local Guide, Renown Builder, etc., etc. And as for these peoples, oh, look at that. These actually are writable. They're blank. So what, we're gonna write names in there and then these people can never have their names changed again? I mean, that's kind of cool, but only if it's $12. Or maybe I don't know how this is gonna go yet. There's that. And lastly, these appear to be reference cards. On your turn, in winter, guild actions, and they are all the same. Handy. All right, well, there's a whole lot of stuff to sift through here. A lot of tokens, a little bit of dice, and cubes, and ships, and a whole lot of cards, and a whole lot of hidden boxes. May or may not have something cool inside. So we'll discover that if and when this hits the table. Honestly, it says 3 players and up, and these days it is very difficult to assemble a gaming group. At least we have trouble with it. So anything that is not 1 or 2 gives me trouble. But I'd like to thank you for stopping by and watching me open SeaFall, because I was very curious as to what was inside, and hopefully you were as well. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what it all means. And And we'd like to thank you for stopping in for this Pirates Parley. And we'll see you back here again next time for craziness and good and bad games. Hopefully mostly good. Cheers, mates. Yarr!